first thing on the topic list, gold cap. What I know how I feel about it. I want to see how you feel about it first, though. What are your opinions on the lack of gold cap? So Blizzard has said then they're essentially not doing anything with gold cap. They're gonna let people take in whatever they have on them into TBC. If it's 5K, if it's 100K, doesn't matter. So what are your thoughts?
I think it's going to create a situation where the people who are new to the game and people who come in fresh with like a new 58 or roll on a new server, it's going to be very unfriendly for them. And I think it's going to push people to buy a lot more gold. I think it's going to make the value of gold go up in TBC for like gold sellers. And people are going to just go to that because I think if you have such an inflated economy from about over a year and a half, 2 years, of having people play a game and stockpile gold, and then you come into it fresh, like obviously there's going to be a lot of demand for people to get gold. And I think things are going to be really expensive, like especially at the start. I think things are going to be really expensive. You want to go level your enchanting really quickly, you're going to drop it and then level up leatherworking afterwards. I think those mats are going to be ridiculously expensive because people are very lazy and they're willing to pay the premium on it if they have the gold. So I think that's going to be it's going to be hard to get basic necessities at the beginning because of this. And I think that's what's going to happen is a lot of the people who are rich and have a lot of gold are just going to be able to buy things at an inflated price and they'll pay it, which will make the price stay that way. So
yeah. Well,
that's how I feel about gold cap is it's not friendly to new players at all. And I think it's going to incentivize people to buy gold a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, I'm sure you know as well. So I'm in 2 guilds. I'm in Progress on EU, which is like a world #1 guild, and then on NA, I'm on a more casual side of things, like a semi-hardcore, semi-casual side of things. And I see both sides of the coin as far as hardcore and casuals. And I have guildies who they're gonna go into TBC with 100, 200,000. One of my friends has a screenshot. He showed that he's made like 1 million gold in classic already, and he's just gonna go in there. He's already planned out these are the patterns I'm going to take over in the auction house. This is what I'm gonna do. This is how I'm going to destroy the auction house and just dominate everyone else with my insane gold that I'm just taking straight into TBC. And man, it's interesting because I see it from the side of the player base that doesn't do GDKPs. I'm probably one of the few people that does not. I think I've done 1 GDKP ever.
Really?
Yeah. No GDKPs. And as someone
how do you afford consumes, bro?
That's what people ask me, man.
I guess you're not. Oh, you are playing multiple characters though.
Yeah.
Like you got like a really generous guild bank. What you doing, man?
Generous viewers. Sometimes.
The streamer privilege.
Yeah. Streamer, the Asmon Gold strategy. I do that sometimes. Yeah, but
you guys are bad. You're enabling him, guys. What the hell?
But sometimes it's rough, and some weeks people look at my stream before I raid, and I'll be on my other character because one character is always raid logged. That's just wow. Welcome to classic WoW. One character is always raid logged, and they'll look at my gold because they'll be saying, "Hey Snow, why are you farming sandworms in Silithus?" And I open my bag slot and I show them, hey guys, have you seen that it says I have 50 gold right now on this character? That is all the gold I have on this account. And welcome to someone that doesn't do GDKP. So I don't get the 2,000 gold or whatever people are getting every single week. And every week on some of my characters is a struggle. It's a struggle. Man. And like it's never incentivized me more to want to buy gold. If I wasn't like a streamer or something like that who couldn't risk being banned and such for that, I would probably buy gold, honestly, because the way Blizzard, it feels like a big middle finger from Blizzard to everyone that hasn't done GDKPs or hasn't participated in that whole inflated economy. It just feels really bad. That's what it does. It just feels really bad for everyone that hasn't done it. It's almost like Blizzard is saying that you have to do it.
Yeah, I was about to say GDKPs are essentially a necessity right now. You gotta do it if you want to like raid, especially on like tanks and stuff like that. You gotta have like a second character. It's just kind of how things are right now. If you really want to have an easy time with the game, is you just gotta play it with GDKPs and all that, because it's the best gold per hour that you could possibly get right now, at least to my knowledge.
Yeah. So. I mean, it feels like the game wasn't I really hated Blizzard's statement. They released this statement where well, let me see if I can find a statement, because
Yeah.
it enraged me, the statement that they had. Blizzard Gold Cap.
What's the average for a GDKP run? So I do a GDKP Nax. We're one of the guilds that can actually clear all of Nax with GDKP. And our payouts have been 4,000, 4,000, 4,000, 5,000 in the last 4 weeks. And the big thing is, we get like 4,000, anywhere from like 3,500 to 5K. Our last one was like 4,900. But the people who are running it take a 15% cut, 5 for the G Bank, 5 for each of them. One who raid leads and one who does all the spreadsheets. And then I checked, and like 5% is 14K. Like when they walk away with 14K to each of them. And so they've made like 50K from 4 weeks of doing this.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. Like the value of GDKPs is absolutely insane. So here's the Blizzard here's the Blizzard quote, is that they said why they're not doing it is because the things that allow people to get all this gold so quickly are knowledge and experience and willingness to put in the time and effort. And for me, it's just like, you can just delete that and just say the things that allow people to get all this gold so quickly are GDKPs and GDKPs and GDKPs for the most part. Because I get it, because I have a friend that made all his gold through auction housing. So that he actually did put in the time, the effort, and all that. He controlled the economy. But even my friends who make a lot of gold through just other means, like half of their stash is still from GDKPs. They still do the GDKPs because it's just free gold. Like it feels like the game right now has just become about having 2,000 gold a week just income from GDKPs, and if you're not part of that, then well, good luck. You join me feeling stupid farming sandworm meats and silphus.
I mean, some people enjoy playing the game and not raid logging, right? And if they enjoy the farming aspect too, then more power to them. But yeah, I just think it's too hard to police as well. Like, how would you stop people from getting gold cap? Like, or how would you stop people from bringing gold over? They would either invest it into a lot of materials on bank alts and things like that. Yeah. Like, people are saying like, oh, only allow X amount of gold to come over, and I'm like, they're just going to put it into a bunch of like stuff on the auction house, and then they're going to liquidate it later, right? Yeah. Maybe it won't be worth the same, but still, you can just hold a whole section of the auction house hostage for the future when people level professions, etc. If you're smart about it.
Yeah, so I mean, that's the other question is like, I think most people agree that it would be healthy for the game to have some sort of gold cap or something stopping people, but like, how would you even do it is the big problem.
Yeah.
How would you do it? Because I could see, like, my idea, if I had to do it, I might limit both gold and then the amount of inventory slots. But then the problem is that the really big ballers, they're just going to buy multiple accounts and do it that way, right? But I feel like it's better, some solution that some people are going to negate is still better than nothing. I'm not a fan of the Blizzard approach where they're kind of going down the route of, well, this won't stop it, so we're going to do nothing at all. And I don't know, it feels bad. It feels bad as the player that's affected by it, that the company won't even try something to fix it.
Yeah, I mean, I know what it's like working at a company where, I think the best thing they could do is this, honestly, because if they do something and they try to fix it and it's not a good fix, like it just feels even worse, right? It feels like I have to do whatever it is to circumvent the system, get around it, so I can play with all my friends in the same cash club, right? So it's like, sure, it's the feeling of having to do GDKPs for you guys, but for me, it would be like, well, I gotta do this other inconvenient thing. I gotta buy a bunch of Blizzard accounts and spread my gold out or whatever. I just think that if they were going to do something, it has to be the perfect solution. Otherwise, do nothing at all, right? And that was something that, like, at Riot, they would always say is like, we're not going to do this unless we do it perfectly. It's why Riot's canceled a bunch of games in the past that they've had under development, is because they're not going to release a game that's shit or try to release a game that's shit, right? They have to release something that's genre defining. You think of like MOBA, you think League of Legends, you think of like a tactical shooter, it was like CSGO, you think of an MMORPG, World of Warcraft. So for them, it's like they're not going to release an MMORPG unless it's better than World of Warcraft and it's genre defining. They're not going to do something unless it's going to be perfect. That's how I think most companies in the gaming space are trying to do things now that have the polish to their games. So I think Blizzard, despite it being like Activision Blizzard, I still think it's the better move to do nothing there and do other changes like they have been doing with TBC, which thank God they've been listening, right? It seems like they do want what's best for the player, but I think they are only doing things that are clearly good moves in my mind, as opposed to things that are really like
questionable.
I would questionable, right? Like it's not the perfect solution, but it is a solution. I'd be like, I just want nothing at that point. So